There is so much going on in the West Ham world. It doesn't matter if we've got an international break. It doesn't matter if West Ham are not playing. It is only what matters is the Hammers headlines for today. This, of course, is in association with our good friends over at Knees Up Mother Brown. Make sure you head over there and check out kumb.com. Fantastic content as per usual. But we're here for one reason and one reason only. What is that? To bring you some of the day's news, and it's relentless when it comes to West Ham as per usual. Now, guess what? We're linked to this man again. Jonathan Tah Link will not leave our club. Obviously, we've been a long admirer of the centre-half, 6'5", beast mode, central defender, no-nonsense defender. I think this would be a fantastic deal for West Ham to get over the line. To be honest with you, I'm really surprised we didn't make the move a lot earlier for him, but apparently, according to sources close to the football clubs from Bayer Leverkusen and West Ham, it's not just West Ham that are showing a keen interest in him, it's also Newcastle and Manchester United. Now, the rumour was that clubs were interested in trying to bring him in the following summer coming up, but in actual fact, it looks like people will be escalating a move for the central defender come the January window. And it looks like it's going to take around about £20 million to bring him to the club. Now, several reports are saying that many people are interested in the German international. West Ham may hold an advantage on this circumstances due to the fact that we've got a good old friend, Tim Steidten, who was their technical director, who worked with Jonathan Tah at their time together at Bayer Leverkusen. Of course, Bayer Leverkusen are currently flying in the Bundesliga under the manager who's been long linked to West Ham's Xabi Alonso. And why would he want to move? Well, the money does talk. Let's be brutally honest, money does talk. But other clubs around Europe are definitely interested in him. Now, for me, he's a hugely talented, quality central defender, undoubtedly with no question marks around his talent whatsoever. Right now, with Kurt Zouma, Naif Gerd as currently the first choice central defenders, we've got Angelo Ogbonna in the midst and Dino Mavropanos, who are currently providing cover in the team. But having the knowledge of what Tah is capable of doing, also being a no-nonsense defender, having Steiden's connections between Leverkusen and the world of football, this could be an absolute nail-on signing for West Ham. I'd love West Ham to go and get Jonathan Tah because I really think he would eradicate the issue. I was doing a show last night with the guys and we were talking about what's happened difference to this year compared to last year. We didn't concede a lot of goals last year. We're conceding a lot of goals this year. We didn't score a lot of goals last year. We're scoring a lot of goals this year. So we've completely roles reversed. We need to solidify the issue back in our central defence. And I think that Jonathan Tah would definitely help in that process. Again, leave it in the comments and let me know your thoughts on Jonathan Tah potentially coming to West Ham. Now, of course, on top of that, Zielinski has been linked to the club again of Napoli. Now, Italian sources are saying that not just West Ham, who've been long admirers of the player, but Inter Milan and Juventus are going to lock in a battle to sign the Napoli star. Now, he has been performing really well at Napoli, but he wants to apparently continue his career in Italy, which potentially could have knocked our chances of trying to sign the player. But there's obviously conversations taking place about extending his deal in Naples and to keep him at Napoli longer term. And it seems potentially unlikely that we could bring the player in, but depending on the future of what West Ham hold, if you believe some of the sources close to the club saying that Moyes is not on a shaky peg, but probably will be heading out the door come the summer. West Ham are going to look for a new direction. Will Zielinski be one of those players that we will be looking to bring in? Now, he is a very good player, and he's made 37 appearances in a side that won Serie A without having plenty of talent, you could say. But he could be brought to the London Stadium on a free transfer next summer. But that could mean that we lose out on trying to get a deal sooner rather than later. But he could be a long-term option for us moving forward, depending on whether or not he wants to continue his career in Italian football, which the rumours are stating is what he would like to do. But you can see West Ham trying to fight on for the future of the club and see Is Zielinski a player or not you would like? I'll be honest with you, I'll give or take him. If West Ham sign him, we want him and we can get him for a reasonable price, then so be it. But would I want us to go hell for leather to try and bring him in? I'm not necessarily bothered, but who am I, little old Anton, doing a video on YouTube? So leave your comments in and let me know your thoughts. Now, this one isn't necessarily a rumour as such. This is more about a situation that a player's found himself in, and a couple of well-known, reputable football people in the mainstream media are suggesting that Aaron Ramsdale of Arsenal needs to look at other destinations, considering the way that he's recently been treated and recently spoken out, or his family recently spoken about how he's been treated at Arsenal. Some of these people are suggesting that Ramsdale should look for a starting position at another club, and that club could be West Ham. Now, really, it's merely me pointing a question to you. Do you like the idea of West Ham trying to go in for Aaron Ramsdale, or are you happy with our goalkeeper setup? Now, several people are suggesting that West Ham should look at someone like Aaron Ramsdale, who's been in and around the England squad, is around the England setup, but he's not been too happy at his treatment, and not knowing and no conversations taking place about Raya coming in and taking over the #1 spot at Arsenal, which makes you think and can't help but feel like Ramsdale could be available to move on to another club. Now, there's no denying that Ramsdale's ability as a goalkeeper, in terms of his goal-stopping ability, I think he's a very, very good goalkeeper. I do think there's also elements of his game that are problematic, but equally, though, quite a lot of goalkeepers do have that. When you think of Manchester United situation where they've got Onana, they've got Raya at Arsenal, who like to play the ball from the back and get themselves into a bit of errors. And sometimes I feel like maybe we misjudge Areola for not commanding his box a little bit more, but not necessarily creating too many errors back there, to be honest. And currently Areola is proving so far why he is a top-notch goalkeeper. I think he's made something like 44 saves and preventing several goals in a game, with some of his fantastic saves that he has been making. But would Ramsdale be an option to come into the club? Could he challenge Areola for the #1 spot, considering that Fabianski probably will be out of a contract come the end of the summer? It's not a link. It's more of people suggesting West Ham should look at Ramsdale. So the question I'm going to ask to you, as our West Ham Network followers, would you like West Ham to make a move for Aaron Ramsdale or not? I'll be brutally honest with you. I'm not necessarily bothered, unless it was a deal that was a no-brainer for the club. The issue you've got is, will he spit the dummy if he doesn't become #1 choice? Put your comments in and let me know your thoughts on the potential deal for Aaron Ramsdale. That is the end of your Hammers headlines for today. Again, like I said, go over and check out Knees Up Mother Brown, KUMB.com, for fantastic content as per usual. I've been Anton, this is the West Ham Network. Take it easy, everyone. And of course, come on, you Irons.